But we got Japanese Huns, so interesting.
Okay. Do you want to count us in?
Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
So,
yeah.
Japanese Huns, and it's a nomad start. Interesting.
That is interesting. I think it's lucky for Huns that this is a land nomad start, because otherwise the Japanese initial dock would put Huns at such a disadvantage. Because Huns start with less wood, right?
Oh, very true, actually. Yeah. Yeah, the players don't know that yet, I think, right? They won't know that there's no water. But they haven't seen any water, so yeah, Peru being wise and just bringing his Vil back to his TC straight away. And I think John Perkins did the same. So did they start with... Yeah, they start with 3 Vils. That's quite nice. I really like John Perkins' TC spot. He's got gold,
right on
stone, 2 boar right there, and a bunch of deer. And the boars have... The boars have 500 food, and the deers have over 200 food, so that's pretty nice. That's tasty.
Actually, his TC is right next to potentially 6 boars if he scouts.
Oh wait, no way, really?
There's 2 to the right of his TC, and there's 4 to the left.
Oh wait, I'm looking at Peru's. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong TC. I was looking at Peru's one. Peru's got an amazing TC spot. John Perkins' TC spot is... Yeah, it's nice, but he hasn't got any gold.
That's true.
He has got some up the top, but that's quite far away, actually. Yeah, but yeah, he has got a lot of boars, right? So if he's able to get to feudal age, maybe go for some for some Japanese scouts or something, or maybe he can make that work. But yeah, that's actually kind of unfortunate for him. I think I like Peru's TC spot better.
I think what I don't necessarily like is at the moment, Blue is he's keeping all his geese right next to his
They're
TC.
sheep, Ben. They're just sheep. There are no geese.
He's keeping his geese right next to his TC, and on a map like this, it's so important to scout. Why not use 2 or 3 of them to scout instead of just keeping them next to the TC?
Yeah, it would be nice to see a few, but maybe he's thinking, oh, I don't know what food I have right now, so...
That's true.
They do have slightly more food on than normal with 118, so that's nice. That's John Perkins. Sorry, I'm getting the colors mixed up. So yeah, Peru's doing some nice scouting with his sheep, so that's nice. So he's aware of having quite a nice TC spot, I think, and he's already taking the second boar. So
that's good.
I'm definitely liking Peru's start a little bit better at this point.
He's also just scouted the 2 boar, which are quite they're quite forward for him, but they're very lureable. But they're also boar that John Perkins could potentially take as well.
Yeah,
so
that's a good point, actually. These ones.
Fantastic.
Yeah, man.
This is also the kind of point where you have to start making the decisions. Are you gonna fast castle? Are you gonna play it a bit risky, or are you gonna go for some more kind of feudal ration?
Yeah, there's an insane amount of resources on this map. I've just looking at the mini map. There's a disgusting amount of res. So
I suppose with that in mind, it's very tempting to just fast castle.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I think John Perkins will want to go for some feudal though, right? If you can't find the gold and stuff,
yeah,
it's a tricky one, right?
The golds north of his TC, while they are quite far away, it's not the end of the world. Obviously he doesn't know where his opponent is, but his opponent's directly to the south, so that kind of wood line kind of acts as a prolonged wall, so he would be able to secure that area if he wanted to.
Yeah, that's true.
I love Purple is really kind of prioritizing food at the moment, so his uptime is going to be really fast. He's actually just lured in his 3rd boar, which is pretty crazy.
That's really nice. Yeah.
And
Good job by him.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether John Perkins has actually realized. No, he hadn't. He hadn't realized that there's so many boar close to his base. two still to the right of him.
Yeah,
and
they're
three,
just out of his line of sight, aren't they? That's unfortunate.
which is really
yeah.
unfortunate.
And the wild Bactrian camels as well. You see those?
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness! Wow.
I don't think you can eat those, sadly, but they're there.
I think this is quite tricky. Going to be quite tricky for him now. He might be forced into doing a kind of fast castle build, which isn't the end of the world necessarily, but because he hadn't been able to scout as much as he might have wanted to. Purple is going to be really kind of getting ahead with all the extra resources, all the extra deer, all the extra boar.
Yeah, and Peru is on his way to feudal age now, so 19 pop has got a lot on wood. So I wonder if he is thinking of going. Okay, no, I think he's just trying to not keep his vills idle while he brings that boar in. Yeah, that's smart. I like that.
And that'll be his 4th boar, which is, he's going to have such a strong start.
Yeah, that's a lot of food.
I think even going scouts could actually benefit if he wanted to, like, just get, he's not getting any on gold, which is in the end of the world, and just, like, take advantage of the fact that you've had 4 boar with potentially more coming in if you'd like.
Yeah.
He's gotten that tower, which gives you a massive amount of line of sight on the right side of his base.
Oh, so he does. Whoa, that's insane. That's so much.
Yeah.
You can see for days.
Pretty tasty.
You can see all the way to freaking Canada and back. Amazing.
Yeah.
Sick.
He's got his barracks up in time. Are we going to see a stable?
Yeah, what's
stable on the back of his base?
Peru's already up, and he's going. Yeah, well, has he actually found? No, he doesn't know where. The players don't know where each other are.
There's like a potential hint with for purple, in that he lost a goose. Kind of, if you turn on his fog of war, you can kind of see why he lost one.
Oh yeah, that's true.
John Perkins. So I don't know if you'll realize that. But he's going scouts. He's got a couple more deer left. He's getting some farms down.
And John Perkins,
very healthy.
Yeah, John Perkins did find this gold, but that is very much like the way in to his base.
Yeah,
and it's also where Peru lost his sheep. So I think that'll be the first thing to get hit. So if he doesn't wall that, I think those vills could be in trouble.
Definitely.
With the scout play.
I think it's also kind of interesting that like that tower's line of sight almost extends to the gold. I mean, it's still a little bit off.
Do you think if he gets town watch, it will go even further?
Yeah.
Actually, but look, do you see where he's sending his scouts? I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows where John Perkins is.
No, not quite.
That's actually quite nice.
I love that
John.
he's finding more sheep and things. That's great. You can always use those.
You're seeing how much damn res there is on this map. Like, holy moly. 3 more boars. Insane.
And you can see his score is like inflated massively just from the scouts. And he's about to find John Perkins' gold.
Yeah, he sees that now. And John did notice that. Nice quick wall with the market there. Good job by him. And he's going to kill that scout with his TC. Good job. Really good job. Nice reactions there.
Yeah.
But yeah, those scouts can work their way into the base still, so potentially more damage to be found. Got 5 on the field.
Yeah. What I would love is for John to not have actually used the market to do that quick wall, and to have actually try and wall this small choke point, because where the scouts are coming through at the moment. Because once he walls that, he's walled off like half of the map, or a quarter of the map, basically.
Yeah. But he has now clicked up to Castle Age, so actually now I'm not hating John's position. Like he's done a good job there to that for damage control. I think Peru got unlucky not to notice that he'd lost that sheep. This gold, if Peru adds any archers or maybe a tower on this gold, then John Perkins has 0 gold income. That's the one thing that's really not good about his position. So he's going to have to do something about these scouts.
I love Purple's scout in the north as well, just keeping an eye on like whether John Perkins is actually going to expand out that way.
Yeah, that's really good. And he's actually got another scout in the middle of the map. Maybe he forgot about this one. Yeah, at this point he's just wanting to kill this mining camp. But I think John Perkins will have spears in time for this. Though the barracks is slightly out of position at the moment. They're going to have to walk a long way around. And, oh, I love the addition of the archers.
Oh, yeah, no.
Peru going for that range. That's really good. These vills are dead. Doesn't have fletching yet, but he will just slowly work away at those vills, and they are dead as a doornail.
Yeah.
That's rough. And that's his only gold. He has no other gold. His other gold, he's walled out, and there's a scout there ready to pounce if any vills do try and leave. Which he doesn't even... Does he know about it yet? Yeah, he does. That's really tough. I've been in this position before, and you just think, what can I do?
Yeah. Ideally, like maybe if you get like a stable up, then you can make 2 knights with the gold that you do have, and you could probably drive that off. But he's going for the TC.
Yeah. Did Peru see that? He did. Yeah, he sees the TC. Oh no.
Oh dear.
Will John Perkins wall it in? I mean, that's an amazing TC if it goes up.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what he needed to do. Really good job. And still 1 villager alive on this gold mine. It's dead now. So it's that 1 archer finding an insane amount of value.
Yeah.
So yeah, good job. So John Perkins with 28 vills.
Yeah. Purple's also up himself.
Yeah, Peru is halfway up to Castle Age, and he's going fletching. I think he's going to go for cav archers, getting bloodlines.
That's always what you should be working towards as Huns.
I mean, yeah, with so much gold there, like, why not? Yeah.
This is also quite awkward for Japanese now. Like, they're very powerful in kind of feudal. They kind of drop off a little bit in castle, and their imp is nothing to write home about. And particularly against cavalry archers, like, yeah, they have Arbalest, but not ideal. Particularly if you're already behind militarily.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing with Huns, right? Like, yeah, you make skirms against the CA, and then they just add a few knights. Like, it just always feels so smooth for Huns. I don't know why necessarily, but you know, it's just one of those things.
What are we seeing now? It's okay. So purple is adding 2 PCs immediately while going for some cavalry archers. I like that blue's gotten some archers out of his own. But he had no upgrades on them at all.
Is he going for archers? He's going for crossbow. Yeah, okay. Well, now he has a safe gold at least. Yeah, that makes a little bit of sense. And crossbow do pretty well against CA if you have enough of them and you have enough upgrades. Neither player has bodkin yet. So... Although John Perkins doesn't even have fletching yet. So yeah, this is going to be tough.
Yeah, I think this is...
I think he might try and go for another TC. Got the res for it.
I wouldn't even mind. I think that maybe if John could like send a couple of spears up to the north of his base, buy those berries on that gold, and maybe he can make another TC there. I think that would be really tasty.
Oh yeah, that's a really nice spot for a TC actually. Yeah, he could just delete this palisade and just run out. I like that Peru's going for light cav, so those 6 scouts will find a lot more value now, I imagine.
Yeah, no.
And really nice.
John Perkins is only now getting crossbow and fletching.
Yeah, he's
so this is
with his pants down. That's rough.
Dear. Maybe moving out a little bit early.
Yeah, and he's got those light cav have +1 defense, so I think they will. Yeah, those crossbows are getting melted. That's tough. Looking at the score, I think John's probably feeling quite under pressure at this point.
No, got a horde of Hunnic cavalry at his door. Goodness.
Yeah, you'd love to see it. Those spears won't do well against the CA.
No, I think this is tricky now as well because purple is starting to get enough stone for a castle if he wants. And yeah, that forward TC is it's a good spot for a TC, but it's also a damn good spot for a castle.
Very true. Yeah, you could just plonk it on that hill where the boar is, and or maybe even more aggressively on just to make sure you're denying that range too. Yeah. Yeah, this is looking rough for John Perkins, actually. And Peru's got a 10-vil lead and a massive military lead as well. And just seems to have all the map control.
That being said, Japanese are one of those civs which I think I'm constantly surprised by how well Japanese work in some situations. So maybe we'll see. Come back up the central. Let's go. I wouldn't necessarily mind seeing Purple drop another archery range as well. He's got the eco for it if he wants.
Yeah, did John Perkins sell his stone? I think he must have done, right? He had 100 stone, so yeah.
Yeah, he did.
And yeah, does John? Yeah, okay.
Oh, when's it? Maybe he used it to wall.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's used some stone to wall. Yeah. Oh, he still doesn't know about that gold. That's so unlucky for him, I have to say.
Oh man.
I think he could still go down and control that bottom one, but yeah.
Yeah. Not to say to hammer home the point, but scouting is so important on maps like this, and I think that using your geese to scout at the start is a vital decision that you kind of have to make early on.
Yeah, Peru's scouting is absolutely amazing. Like he almost has the whole map covered, and I think John's been under so much pressure that he's had to sort of just keep playing defensive. And yeah, like you say, I think a little bit more sheep scouting at the start, he might have found that gold, but I think it was quite far away from his TC, so it's a bit tough.
He's just gone for the +1 defense over getting Bodkin first, and I mean maybe he can afford Bodkin initially, but he's getting Bodkin now, and personally just prioritize Bodkin. More important in this situation.
There's the castle. I think we might see a big fight coming up. Let's go.
Oh my goodness!
How many vills is he sending? He's sending the barn. He's sending what's that, 11 vills? 12 vills?
Yeah, I feel like a minimum of 10, right, for a forward castle. Yeah,
unless you're Doubt, and then he sends 6. Yeah, but I think Peru can win this fight as well. I don't think there's enough crossbows there. So I don't see how John can deny this castle.
Just bearing in mind that I think he's got bloodlines as well, right? So
yeah, he got bloodlines. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, those cavalry archers are pretty chunky right now.
Yeah, they are actually. And we might see the GG here. I think this is looking very rough if this castle goes up.
I mean, he's whittled down some of the cavalry archers numbers, which isn't a bad thing, particularly cavalry archers really rely on that mass. But I think this castle puts John in such an awkward position.
It's very awkward because that's also his only gold at the moment. So he is going back to this gold here, which is fine. Okay. But there's no defense there, so the light cav and cav archers can just loot round and probably deal with the expo.
Yeah, Thumbring is coming in as well for purple. I don't know if he's got ballistics left.
He doesn't have ballistics yet. No. Going for siege shot. Oh, he does have a university, so maybe he'll go for ballistics soon.
Yeah. Thumbring makes cavalry archers so much more dangerous. So
yeah. I mean, I think
oh, go on.
No, sorry. The way he's pushing though with a forward castle and siege, I think ballistics isn't actually that important right now. Like he can control where to take the fights.
Yeah, that's true.
He can kill vills obviously a lot faster with ballistics, but
I wouldn't necessarily mind seeing him just continue mining stone with a couple of vills and drop another forward castle. Like he's got the map control at the moment. Why not drop a forward castle on the next TC?
Yeah, full Tarkans. That's what we want to see. Where are the Tarkans, Peru, man? Come on. That's what people want.
Breaking the meta. Let's go. I love this raid from John Perkins. I think that is...
that's nice, yeah. But he's been caught out, unfortunately.
I don't know whether he killed any vills, but I think it's kind of important to be able to reassert yourself a bit in this situation.
Yeah, he's doing a great job micring down a few vills, yeah.
Yeah.
Killed 4 vills now, so that's that's something, but...
Pretty tasty.
Peru has nearly a 30 vil lead now.
Yeah,
and he's also got pumping away.
And 1,000 food, which means he just needs to start all his TCs to gold, and he'll be up to imp in no time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John's doubling down on the ranges, going for some skirms.
Okay.
I think that's probably all you can do in this position, but I mean, you've got to be thinking you go for the skirms, and it's just so easy for the Huns to counter you. I do like this castle actually. That's controlling some gold. Nice little hill.
That is good.
I think 2k score behind now. This is looking rough.
I think if he goes skirm and crossbow, sprinkle the crossbows in, then that is a comp that could potentially work, but it still lacks the mobility, doesn't it?
Yeah, and like you say, once Peru has bracer.
Exactly.
Peru says, I just chill because I was really ahead. Yeah, I think that's fair, man. Absolutely.
I love the addition of that ram. I think that is a great way of just putting pressure on your opponent now.
Yeah, the ACCM style ram first and then Mango second. I'm not sure if he still does that, actually. There was a point where he like always do that in tournament games.
John Perkins has caught out some vills on this gold to the left-hand side.
Oh, nice pick-off there from John
pretty
Perkins.
tasty.
Yeah.
And purple doesn't seem to have realised, so that is maybe something. Maybe he can snowball that a bit.
Oh, those vills dodging like mad lads. Not a single... okay, one shot landing there. Amazing.
These vills have realised that they're in the Matrix.
Yeah, they're just like full. Yeah, we need like a Matrix GIF to like post when vills are dodging crossbows. That'd be sick. I think I need to get OBS so I can add these kind of memes. Yeah, Twitch Studio can't do it. Oh, I love this move from Peru. He went over, that gold where he first denied with the archer at the beginning of the game. He's just sitting there with 4 CA, so John can't go there. I mean, John's done a great job of expanding backwards. But yeah, just having that as an added annoyance, I think that's a really good move. I like that.
I think it says quite a lot if you just look at the scouting of blue. Like, he still doesn't see that much. And, even just taking one skirm and scouting with it would add so much to his play right now.
Yeah.
Bit of a fight going down right now, but skirms and crossbows struggling to keep up with the mass of the very cheap cavalry archers.
Yeah, I mean, the HP difference, the cavalry archers have like 3 times the HP, 4 times the HP of the of that army.
That's pretty damn sexy.
And once he has bracer, I think that doesn't really matter how many skirms you've got.
I love as well, this is so good by purple, so he's already adding in the armor upgrades for his light cav. He's already got 45 vills on food. He can basically just raid his opponent to death. Like, he doesn't even need to. I like this tower from John on the right of his base, stopping that cav archer raid. But yeah, like you say, trebs and light cav, that's basically all you need at this point if you're the Hun player. I mean, it's not going to be a massive factor, but let's just appreciate that the Hun's trebs are extra accurate as well. Ooh. On top of all of those other things.
I have to say, I mean, this game has been rough for John Perkins right from the start, but he's done a really amazing job. Like, he's got banking up res to go to imp himself. He's got 15 next Perunatykki. Okay, he does call the GG now. That's curse of the caster. Well played.
I think that was well played. I think John made the best of a bad situation. And I don't know if he's watching, but if I would say he just needs to scout a little bit more, I think he would have been in a better position. He'd scouted a bit more.
Yeah, I think finding these 2 golds at the beginning would have been real nice. But yeah, hats off to Peru as well. Really clinical performance there with the Huns. Like, great job.
Yeah, that was pretty tasty. And you can already see he's getting the armor upgrades already, and that's such a lovely position to be in a civ like the Huns, where you're ready for your SR spam straight out the gate. Love to see it.
Yeah, a lot more resources collected by Peru that game, and just John did have the faster castle time, but yeah, he didn't have any gold at that point, so it was a tough one.
I might actually have to make a move.
No worries.
Yeah, I'll catch you in a bit, man.
Yeah, all right, man. Thanks for hopping in. It's good to see you.
Oh, okay, no worries. See you in a bit.
Nice one. Cheers. See you, Manbeast. All right. Yeah, we can't see APM, sadly. We don't have Pro, but I'm sure you guys have crazy APMs. Actually, I'm interested. Do you know what your APMs are? Mine is like anything from 30 to, on a very good day, 50. Like 50 high. Usually it sits around 35. Nice. All right, we're in the game. Here we are. We have HyperRandom land, and we've got John Perkins going for the Franks, and Peru going for the Burmese. Interesting pick. I wonder if Peru was expecting the Franks, or maybe he was expecting... Could have been expecting the Britons, or something like that. But Burmese are very solid on hyper-random lands. Like, they've got the wood bonus. Yeah, good night, man. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate that. Well played in the game 1. I'm looking forward to casting the rest of these games, bro. Yeah, anyway. So this one's not a nomad start, just a normal start, which is nice. And I think we started with slightly more villagers than 3. So a slightly regular start there. And we've also got a weird amount of gold. 145 gold to start with. Neither player having gone for loom yet, so that's nice. We've also got a nice yurt, or pavilion as it's called, I think. Very nice. This map looks a hell of a lot like Arabia. Although we've got this weird sort of dip in the middle, which might play into the late game if there are some big fights cast on each side of that. Trench, I suppose you'd call it. Trench warfare we might have. But yeah, like nice backwoods here for John Perkins. I'll make Peru the red again, and I will also update the score. So that first game, Peru taking that one. There we have 1-0. Very nice. All right. So both players very clean start so far. Very minimal idle time. And I don't know. Let's talk about this matchup: Franks versus Burmese. Think of it. It might just turn out into a sort of full night war. Burmese do have amazing infantry, of course, and some really good monks to counter the Franks' night play. So perhaps a sort of monks, pikes, and siege from the Burmese could force the Franks out of their comfort zone. But I guess the Franks, with the timing and the momentum, with that amazing eco with the farms, may just snowball after if the feudal age goes nicely. There we have both players bringing in their boars. A lot of berries here, although only 45 food on each forage bush. So while it may look good at the beginning, actually, that's not a whole lot of food. Similar to a normal berry pile, actually. I think it's 100 food in a normal forage bush, right? So it's probably not that. This is kind of fairly normal amount of resources there. Golds. Whoa, the golds have a lot of gold on them. That's crazy. The boars only have 200 food. This might be one of those maps. Okay, the turkeys have quite a lot of food, so that's something. Fairly average amount of food to kick this one off. Peru getting loom now. 19 pop. I think we're going to see scout play from him, potentially. No barracks just yet. Interesting choice. And the Franks player also looking like he's going to go for scouts. Although he's currently idling his TC. And we don't see loom just yet. Going up with no loom. Is that right? Yeah, I love that. Bold. Respect that, John Perkins, man. Yeah, nice. A slightly cleaner start for Peru. A little bit of idle time for both, but not too much of a big deal at the moment. 20 pop-up and 19 pop-up for both players. So yeah, we're going to see a scout war in this early game. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of those things, right? Like, you've just had a pretty rough game 1. You're going into game 2, and like, yeah, you make mistakes. Like, it's just what happens, right? That's what just happened to me in my last set. I don't know if you saw, like, game 1, I had a really rough one, and then game 2, I couldn't get up to feudal because there just wasn't enough food, and my opponent DCA picked off 3 vills just with 1 scout and 1 militia. That was, yeah, that wasn't on purpose either, man. But yeah, looking all right, and we'll see the stable. Oh, interesting, going on gold. So I think we might see scouts into archers. Oh no, going straight for a range. Interesting, I wasn't expecting that. All right, straight range play versus the Franks, and the Franks player is Can I drop a stable? Yeah, there's the stable. Free horse collar, of course, with the Franks. I'd like to see double bid as well. Going for loom now. Oh, I see. You didn't get loom on purpose. I understand now. Yeah, didn't miss loom on purpose. Yeah, respect. Still, though. I wonder if John Perkins is aware of the archery range. Doesn't look like it at this point. So, and he hasn't seen that he hasn't actually found his opponent's TC yet. So actually, he doesn't know where his opponent is. So he doesn't know there's archers coming. He doesn't even know where his opponent is. He is going to find it now, though. Yeah, he sees the gold. He's probably thinking, oh shit, are there men-at-arms on their way to my base? Not sure, but judging by the score, you can probably assume not. Usually there's a slight score hike from the men-at-arms. Here come the scouts. I would say going straight archers into scouts. I favour the scouts at this point. So John Perkins might be onto a nice start with this one. Peru's scout, does he see? He does see, but did he notice the scouts? I don't think he did. He's dropping his own stable now, so we're going to see archers into scouts, but food count's not too good, so that might be a tough one. So there's the scouts now. We might see a little engagement here. If these two scouts can pick off these archers, that'd be very nice. I think they'll struggle to actually kill anything. The TC is really close. But yeah, I think, yeah, at this point you just keep adding scouts if you're John Perkins. Maybe think about a skirm switch as well. And yeah, we see the range. I like that. Great play from John Perkins there. Maybe I'll try and just call you John. John versus Peru. I'm shortening both names. Only because I can't pronounce Peru's full name. Perunatykki. I have to ask him sometime. Peru adding some spears though, and he's got 2 scouts now, so that's nice. That's a nice little AI army we've got there. You'd love to see it. John trying to break through these walls. I don't hate that, but I think you should just run in and keep your scouts together. But at least here, these scouts can pick off the Vil, although great quick balls from Peru to stop that from happening. Maybe they'll find damage on this Vil. Yeah, it looks like this one's going to go down. Although, the archers are here, so no, he saves it. Good job. Yeah, these scouts are useless, I'd say. Yeah, you just need to run around here and hit this gold. If you're aware of it. We're pretty aware of that now. But yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? With the walling, you have to just run straight past the TC. Little engagement here. We also have a scout here from Peru who is killing 1 Vil. But we lose the scout, so maybe a fairly even trade there. The skirms are coming out from John Perkins, so we'll see if they can accomplish something. But yeah, these scouts, unfortunately, are not finding much value at the moment. They've been kept outside. There's some very nice walling from Peru here. Peru now sending the archers forward. I like that. You don't need to keep them at home. You just need 1 spear, maybe 2 spears, and you can deal with these scouts. Probably 2 spears, actually. Ah, a great tower from John Perkins, though. That's really crucial. And these skirms might catch these archers out. Though they do already have fletching, so John's going to want to have fletching as soon as possible. And we do see that coming in right now. These scouts running under the TC. Did they manage to kill a villager? Unfortunately not. And all the scouts are going down. That's unfortunate. Yeah. That's not ideal. However, the skirms are there to defend from the archers, and the tower, preemptive tower, is really nice. So no damage to John's eco, apart from that 1 Vil going down to the scout. So yeah, very even game at the moment. Although I think, yeah, John won't be too happy with the value he got from the 5 scouts. But yeah, great defensive work from Peru there to stop that from causing any problems. Nice walling from Peru as well. Assume he probably wants to wall here to finish that off. And then he's basically got this whole side of the map. And wow, that's a lot of res down here. I'm assuming he probably doesn't see that right now. Yeah, but if he does manage to scout that, that's a lot of res right there. Those stone mines have a whole lot on them as well, like more than double what you normally have. Gold mines have less, but that's still a decent amount to have. Wheelbarrow coming in now for Peru, so his eco will be just that much more efficient. These archers will be kept out by these house walls, so nice job there from John. And only one scout from Peru, and it's low HP, so that won't be enough to kill the skirms. Because all you need is skirms right now to defend from this. Both players, macro looking nice, slightly more. 15 farms from John and a similar number, 19 for Peru, so slightly better food count for Peru moving forward here. I wonder if he's going to keep making archers, because Burmese crossbows do not scale well because they miss that second armor. I mean, if you have enough of them with the other upgrades, then that's pretty good, but yeah, it becomes a tough one. John Perkins is the first one to click up, though. Good job from him. He didn't use the market either, so yeah, very nice job. I'm sure Peru will be just behind him, and he's got plenty of gold. He's going for that market now, so yeah, he's just gonna maybe think about buying the extra food. Not that he really needs to. That food will be right in any second. So a very even game here. I'm going to guess that this file size was very large based on what you said. No player taking significant damage. Peru with a very slight Vil lead and military lead, but once the knights come into play, that won't really matter a huge amount. And John Perkins getting the first armor upgrade on those knights to B. And he's got 2 stables down. I wonder if we'll see double stable and 3 TC play. That's quite standard for Franks. Ah, Peru going for a second archery range. Interesting. So he wants to go hard on the crossbows. I'm not sure if I like that decision. Although maybe he doesn't know about the knights, but even there, you're only facing skirms at the moment, and you're probably expecting knights, so I'm not sure if doubling down on Burmese crossbows is the right move. I think I'd prefer to see probably your own knights and maybe some pikemen. Or one or the other at least, and maybe some siege monks, that sort of thing. Alright. So Peru hits the castle age, immediately queues up 4 knights, very nice. A recent video from Doubt about the Franks emphasized the need to prioritize numbers over upgrades with knights, so I like that he's going for the 4 knights and not going for the +2 straight away. We can get the +2 soon, I'm sure. But, yeah. Great job with these walls from Peru as well. I really like that. John Perkins getting a TC on that gold. That's nice. Is making this tower quite redundant, unfortunately, but that's not the end of the world. The free bowsaw upgrade for Burmese. That's something to talk about, actually. The fact that Burmese get the free wood upgrade and Franks get the free farm upgrade. So I wonder how that calculates, how that works out mathematically, but seems like a fair trade, right? Okay, a little raid coming in from John here, but yeah, I'm not sure he's going to expect all these crossbows. And they have Bokken. Oh, and here's 9 pikemen as well. I like this. So pikes and crossbows, that's the army composition for Peru. That might work out very nicely, actually. I mean, unfortunately, skirms do counter all of that, but he's only got 4, and he's not going for any more of those. So he's just going for eco at the moment, and he's going for a defensive siege. That's also a nice move. Scorpions, mangonels all do very nicely against pikes and crossbows. However, they pikes and crossbows will do very well against knights. So, nice job here from John Perkins, breaking through finally and getting 2 Vil kills. That evens up the Vil count, actually giving John a slight lead. Peru's quick walls are good, but they're not good enough in this case. So that's very unfortunate. He's being pushed off his wood line. Only has 4 on wood now, and yeah, a lot of these Vils were from this wood line building the TC, so his wood count's not too good right now. I think he might have to bring some of his army home, although, you know, he's pushing forward, but he's gonna find this TC now. And without siege to back this up, this won't accomplish too much. And a lot of these units are going down. Oh, and will we see a big mangonel shot? Oof, nice shot there. Will he get another one off? Oh, that's big. I think Peru's attention was over here. And he's going to look back and go, oh shit. I've just lost about half my army. Still got a big military lead, but yeah, that's quite a big moment for John there. Well played. Keeping the attention distracted over here while taking a massive engagement over here. Really good job from John. You love to see it. Peru now with the 3 TCs though, so he is behind in Vils, but that will even out quite quickly. I think I'd like to see maybe John go onto stone and think about some cheap castles and his own TCs. So I'm going to think actually with Franks, if you had a castle here, it would be absolutely amazing, because then you're controlling this and you also can control this stone. Would love to see a castle spot here. These crossbows come around, very annoying, but great reaction from John Perkins. He knows exactly what they're up to. So they won't accomplish too much. Yeah, very good idle times for both players considering we're in Middle Castle Age. Really impressive stuff, so great clean play from both of them. I think we're at about 1300 elo, maybe mid 1300s with these two. I don't know if John can correct me on that one, but I know that Peru is certainly, yeah, upper 1300s. Yeah, this is a very interesting game. It's very even, and John going for that 3rd TC. I like that on the stone as well, so perhaps thinking about going for those cheap Frank castles. That being said, Peru is banking a lot of res here, so no, he's just queuing up more military, yeah. I think we'll be in Castle Age for a good while longer. Monastery now for John. I think when we haven't seen any knights from Peru, so I think he's just going to try and get some relics. Also with the Burmese. Oh no, he's the Franks. Okay, the Burmese are the ones, they actually know where all the relics are already. Of course, so a very nice bonus for them. Fairly useless, but you know, sometimes comes in handy. Still no monks though for Peru, so he's not really too interested in that, although he's dropping the monastery right now. If he read my mind. Yeah, John trying to get this portion of the map safe. Has he scouted that gold? No, he has not. Seems to be the story of this set so far. John not quite scouting, unfortunately placed golds. Peru is 1350, and you are 1198 him. Oh man, fair enough. So you're definitely the underdog coming into the set. Well, I must say, man, you're playing very well. So doesn't seem like you're you know, doesn't seem like a mismatch to me. I've only seen one game, obviously, but yeah, doing a really good job so far, and really controlling this game very well. More knights in the queue, cleaning up those pikes, even though they have the extra... I think the pikes get extra attack with Burmese, right, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, Peru going for a defensive castle, although this could get denied by the knights. That's huge. Yeah, he's have to delete that one. He's forced to delete it and come back. And if I were John... he doesn't quite have the numbers. If we just had a few more numbers, I would send the fucking barn right now. All of these vills. Drop a castle right here. Okay, Peru thinks he's got this back now, so he can make more. How many stables does John have at this point? Still just the 2. I think if you'd added another stable, double down on knight numbers. Because these pikes have 0 upgrades, so actually they don't do that well against knights with +2. Like, John can take this fight now. I mean, a few of those are low HP, right? But I think he should still win this fight. Let's see, am I right about this? Yeah. Yeah. Nice clean up there, but yeah, this castle does go up. Great job from Peru to get that up. I think that's really, really strong. So, yeah, that amazing castle spot that John was hoping for, he can't get. So he's going for a defensive castle of his own, which is nice. And he's taking another boar. Love that. Interesting walls here. Maybe those are from earlier, actually. I'm not sure. It's got a little like channel here and then second channel. This is like all the lower class citizens on the wood and then the upper class citizens on the gold. This is the tiers of the civilization. The segregation, you know? These guys want to chop through and become upper class citizens on the hill. Love that. Alright, Knight's trying to break in up here, but yeah, they might be able to break through. There's no villagers nearby, but if Peru just rules here and here, he should be safe. A couple of gates here maybe, just to quickly secure that. But he's not actually noticed that yet, I don't think. Those knights are going to get picked off by that castle, but John manages to react in time. And yes, we're seeing Imperial Age and the Burmese's favourite unit, the Arambai, coming in. Still no imp from John here. I think maybe he thought he's clicked it and not clicked it. That's unfortunate. That's losing quite a bit of timing there, actually. See if he'll remember to click it shortly. He's got a castle. There's no reason not to click up. Up to him. Who's up more vills? I think he thinks he's clicked it. Did you think you clicked it at this point, John? Yeah, you thought you clicked it. Oh, that's bad luck, man. And suddenly you look and you're like, why have I got 2k res? It's like insane. I mean, your eco is looking amazing, so that's a massive positive. But yeah, these knights will get cleared up by the monks and the pikes, I think. Without too much. They might kill some more vills on this wood line. John going for the throwing axeman. Pog. I love that. Still not up to imp, though. I think he'll see imp come in from Peru, and he'll be like, oh, here we go. I need to go imp as well. Why am I not in imp? Yeah, at this point, this is a long way behind. Yeah, that's really tough, man. I have to say, very bad luck. We've all been there. But yeah. So Peru, 98 vills, more in the queue. I think he's going to go elite Arambai by the looks of things. Although Bracer doesn't affect Arambai, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, John queuing up a load more knights. Oh, you tried to make a treb before realizing. Interesting, yeah. Yeah, you've queued up so many knights now you don't have the res for it. But yeah, I'm sure, hopefully we'll realize soon. And thankfully, Peru's eco, thanks to this raid on the wood, I think, actually, he hasn't managed to sort that out, and his wood account is not good enough, so he can't get any trebs. So that's actually quite unfortunate. He has got ballistics, which does affect the Arambai. But yes, we're not making use of the earlier imp time here to go for trebs. But yeah, I think if John had been up just a minute earlier, timing would have been very nice. Now, what I don't know is how throwing axemen do against a Arambai, but I think they probably die, because most things die to a Arambai. We do have elite skirms, though, which is very nice. So we've got pretty versatile army comp here from John. I love this castle from Peru. That's really nice. He sees this castle and he's like, target acquired. Gonna stick mine on the hill. I think they should have a hill advantage on this castle. I think there's a slight elevation there. Oh no, I think it's the same elevation, isn't it? Because this is just a trench, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Well, like I said, we've got trench warfare coming right up. And this will be an absolute bloodbath by the looks of things. At least we're now on the way to Imperial Age, which is very nice. Peru has increased his Vil count, though, so now he actually has a higher Vil count than John Perkins. John Perkins with a slight score lead, but I think right now Peru is in a pretty strong position with Elite Arambai coming in. Would have loved to seen a couple of trebs already out, making use of that timing. But you could also make the argument for getting all those upgrades for Arambai is crucial. We do have bloodlines. I'm not sure if we have husbandry yet, but it looks like we do. They're moving. Are they? No, I think we don't have husbandry yet. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. Third castle as well coming up for Peru. So he's got quite a lot of production for those Arambai. Frank Skirms unfortunately missing 2 of their final upgrades, so they're almost as bad as Burmese Skirms, actually, maybe even worse, because they don't have Bracer. Not a good unit to be relying on, but I guess they still trade pretty well cost efficiently against the Expo and the Arambai. Peru going for the light cav, maybe thinking about the Hussar raids. John has got really good walls though, so if he actually secures this bit a little bit better, those light cav probably won't achieve too much. Would have probably preferred to see the... Actually, no, we've got 2 castles here, so yeah. Their light cav will be running through castles all the time. This is insane. Amazing resources for John Perkins right now. He could just go for Paladin. He could go for whatever he likes, really. I think Paladin would be a really good shout. Cavaliers and then Paladins. These knights making sure that Peru gets housed, hopefully, but no, Peru already has all the houses he needs. I like adding ballistics, that's very nice. And now we see 4 trebs in the queue for John. 2 already out for Peru, and they will start working away on this castle. Which is unfortunate. I mean, this could have been a lot worse, but actually now Peru has a really solid army here to protect these trebs. So if he'd gone for the trebs earlier, they probably could have been dived by all of these knights. John trying to get in up here. Oh, does Peru notice this? I don't think he's noticed this. These knights could absolutely rip Peru's base right now. That is huge. Amazing raid. And Peru has not noticed this yet. Great job of John as well, splitting all the units up, trying to get as much value as possible. Okay, Peru sees it now. He has taken this castle down, but John has plenty of stone. He can just drop another one. And we do see Cavalier coming in. I think we might see a Paladin click as well. I would certainly click it. Feels like you're Burgundians or something. It's Paladin coming in so fast, you know? Defensive castle coming in, but this is costly. And look at the Vil count now. John with the leads. And with EoCC of 35 to 2. Very, very strong raid there from John. And yeah, he's got an incredible eco now. Peru's food count really suffering. If I'm not mistaken, Arambai costs wood and gold, so not the end of the world for the production of those, but yeah, I would love to see these Cavalier production stalled out and Paladin clicked. Because you've got so many resources. A great job walling these Hussars out as well from John, and a few Cavalier will clear this up nicely. Oh, more raids coming in from John as well. This is an incredibly even game. And, oops, sorry, just hit my microphone. Skirm's not finding too much use yet, but Peru's being very conservative with his Arambai, not throwing them away for anything. I think they are fully upgraded now, so that's pretty sick. They will be very tough to deal with, but I'll tell you what does deal with them, Paladins. I mean, yeah, you can certainly make the argument for more numbers, but given how many we've got in the queue, I mean, we do have more stables now, right? How many stables do we have? 6 stables. Yeah. I think Paladins would have been a really good move. Yeah, this is a really tough army to stop though, however. That's 42 elite Arambai. And you see how they make quick work of the skirms, supposedly a counter unit. So we need more of a meat shield there for those skirms. We need some Paladins, some Cavaliers. Chemistry coming in now, and the attack for the Hussars. Peru sorted out its food eco now, that was good. So that raid was pretty devastating, but Peru has stabilized. Yes, that's what I like to see, John. That is what I like to see. Paladin has been clicked. Frank Paladins, arguably the strongest in the game, if we discount the Lithuanians and their relics. We're also seeing Chivalry coming in, so the stables will be working faster, which is a very nice technology. And John has a whole lot of gold left. He still hasn't taken this gold. That's, yeah, 4.5k gold right there. Oh no, that's, yeah, I think that's including some other gold. This is, yeah, just under 4k gold. Yeah, these are ran by here, but yeah, just they're tough to deal with Frank Skirms. I think if John can get a nice surround with these paladins, which is nearly in, this could go sour quite quickly for Peru. Oh, I like this move over here. 4 trebs pushing this castle. It's a bit like playing against Mongols when you're in this situation against Burmese. You kill the castles, they can't make any more at Rambai. And then they're stuck. But look at this. Crazy amount of gold from Peru at the moment. So he's the one that can afford the more expensive army comp right now. Although his wood count's not looking too good. Maybe he can use the market to buy a little bit. Buying some stone for another castle. Or maybe he's just, yeah, he wants to, yeah, he's built another castle here. John going for another defensive castle. Just keeping his base extra secure. I like that. I actually kind of like that John is not moving out with these paladins. He's delaying constantly here with skirms and a few loose paladins. So these guys can't run in. But he's keeping these paladins up here to protect the trebs, which is a nice move. Let's see what happens here though. Maybe they'll take an engagement now. They do have full upgrades, which is very nice. Oh, and he's denied this castle as well. Great move there from John. That's been denied at 75%. Not ideal. And yeah, these hussars are in, but there's castles there everywhere. Forgotten about these paladins, but not the end of the world. We do have 36 idols at the moment. And 25 for Peru. So I think both players will want to sort that out. But yeah, hang on. John is in a really strong position now. Look at the score. 3k score lead. And yeah, I think potentially we can make an argument for deleting a few vills and selling a bit of wood and getting some more paladins out. Yeah, more paladins. Because the Burmese player has not teched into Halberdier. And yeah, he's got a lot of gold, but I don't think he's got the food or wood to be spamming halbs. And, you know, he needs to get all the armor upgrades as well. So despite the fact that Burmese halbs are absolutely insane, I don't think they're going to cut it right now. This is going to be really tough for Peru to push this back. He's doing a good job microing down the paladins. It'd be great if John could group these up a little bit more, rather than sending them in willy-nilly, one by one. Yeah, Peru buying food with all that gold he had. Yeah, but just going for hussars, I just don't think that's going to cut it. I think he needs something else, but ooh, will these trebs go down? Let's see. A little bit of micro. No. Doesn't even get one. Yeah, really strong late game composition here from John, just with the paladins and the skirms just to be annoying against the Arambai. The hussar won't accomplish too much, I think. And yeah, 188 population versus 160. I wonder if I can see the statistics right now. No, I don't think I can. Sadly. Yeah, big position in the middle. More rangers coming up now from John. I like that. Just adding in more skirms. Keep the spam going. Trying to stay at 200 pop the whole time. Good job. And yeah, these paladin raids being dealt with. I think you can make an argument for light cav now as well. We've got a lot of food there. Like, obviously we can make 60 on gold right now. That's insane. Where are they all? They all up here? Oh, they're all on this one. And must be somewhere else as well. 60 vills on gold. 62? Where? Are these ones? I don't know how that's been. Oh, over here we got some more. Oh, and over here, yeah. Oh, I love that. Look at that. Oof. We've got gold for days coming in, boys. So, yeah. Forget the light cap suggestion. Just sell food, make more paladins. This is tough to deal with, though. Really good job from Peru to keep the mass alive. And he is taking out some trebs now. He'll take out this one. I think he'll take out this one as well. That's only on 1 HP, and it goes down. Catrage shield next to the minimap. Oh. Thanks. Thanks for the tip, man. Appreciate that. So, I just wanted to see resources collected. Very even, in fact. Yeah, 2k more for John Perkins, so that's interesting. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Yeah, these Arambai doing a good job microing down the paladins. They're so bloody strong. Oh, and they're not fighting as well. That's really annoying. Yeah. The KD is definitely in favor of John, as well as the Eco KD. But right now, actually, the numbers have evened out quite well. So 1 hour into this game, this is looking pretty even. What else can I see if I click this? Okay, nice. Oh, and the Treb's being caught with their pants down as well. Ah, that's tough. He's got 2 more on the field and 1 more in the queue, so he can make more, that's good. But yeah, just needs to... John just needs to keep his production going. I think that's the tough thing here. I mean, although we are pop capped, so... where's a lot of this military, though? A lot of it sitting at home or something? Okay, there's a lot of it there. 33 skirms. Yeah. Yeah, I like this from John. He needs to take out those castles. The castles are what's keeping Peru in it at this point. Just this death ball of Arambai is very hard to counter. That's a lot of Hussar. They're going to go for a raid and or to try and take out these skirms. But there is a castle there, so they might not accomplish too much. And losing a lot of paladins here. Only got 9, 8, 7 left on the field. 34 in the queue. We do have quite a lot of stables. Yeah, we have 10 stables. I think we could make an argument for 5 or 6 more. Keep that production pumping. But yeah, this is proving to be an unstoppable force of Arambai right now. Although they're running into Castle Fire, but yes. And yeah, John is now adding the Scout Cav. I assume he's probably clicked Light Cav behind one of those. Sure, it's been clicked somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Oh, we have a big fight here potentially. Yeah, so if we could just run a few paladins behind and try and circle them in. I mean, it's really hard to do because Peru's been absolutely on point with the micro. And yeah, this is not a nice choke point. Trying to go for a raid now with these paladins. I don't hate that, but actually I think I'd prefer to group up the paladins, get a big like massive 40 or something, and keep annoying with light cav to keep the Arambai engaged. Dropping a castle here from John. Bit of map control there. I'd maybe prefer to see it here, although I suppose it could have been denied. Nice job from Peru expanding out to this gold. We've got some paladins here trying to get out of Peru's base. Yeah, John keeping his population at 200 and Peru slightly under that, but score is looking very even right now. And honestly, I have no idea how this game's going to go. Peru finally taking into Halberdier, which I really like. I think that will be much more useful than Hussar in this engagement. I mean, admittedly, the skirms technically counter that entire army comp, but as we mentioned before, like, rank skirms are not really anything to talk about. Interesting. Did we cancel light? Oh no, that's a bug. Light cavs on is in. That's a whole lot of Arambai, but they're going to take a fight under this castle. And let's see how that goes. A lot of Arambai going down, actually. A lot of Arambai. This castle does have ballistics, so yeah, that's down to 23 Arambai now. So that wasn't the best fight for Peru, and he's actually now housed really badly because of all these castles going down. So John has actually done a great job pushing here, and like we said, Burmese with only 1 castle now forced into just straight halb. So skirms will cut it against the halbs, for sure. They might not cut it against Elite Arambai as well as they should, but against the halbs they will do just fine. Just fine. At this point, I think... Oh, this is unfortunate. Those Trebs unfortunately going to go down. But yeah, it's tough. There's so much action on the map, like you can't like keep track of all these things, right? Yeah, John's gonna look back and think, oh bugger, lost all my trebs. That's gonna slow his push down quite a lot. But yeah, Peru's population is dropping dramatically at this point. This is looking very good for John. He's killing a whole lot of vills with these paladin raids and light cav. Also got architecture coming in for his buildings, which is nice. There is a hussar raid, but again, we've got quite a lot of castles around, so I don't think this will accomplish too much. Peru now down to 110 population almost, with only 11 around by left on the field, and just the one castle to produce from. So he's going to go full halberdier. He does have the eco for it, but yeah, I think the fatigue is probably setting in at this point. This has been a long game, so both these players are probably struggling to keep everything going. Peru will not back out of this one. He's dropping 3 TCs over here in the corner. I love that energy. And he's got... Oh, elite battle elephant? That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. I just had another message from Manbeast. I'll see if he wants to hop back into the cast. If he wants to hop back in. Yeah, I think at this point, Peru is dead. John has finally managed to put the nail in the coffin, and yeah, I don't think the battle elephants will work at this point. Like, not against this many paladins. John's still got loads of gold in the bank. I don't know where all these vills are taking gold. I think he had some gold over here before. Maybe it's over here? Okay, Manbeast isn't going to join us, but that's all good. He does have this gold up here, but yeah, no, we only have 65 vills. Yeah. I do love that Peru has a real fighting spirit in this. I can't really see a way back though for him at this point. At least he did manage to take these resources in the bottom corner. We do love to see that. We love to see that. Big army now here for John, who, yeah, he can just take out stables now. I wouldn't mind seeing capped rams, honestly. I think at this point you can justify just running a few rams into the base. It's just nice because you don't have to micro them and they just kill the buildings and end games very nicely. Like, even if you don't have siege ram. Ooh, interesting. So Peru's going to try and use his own rams, push over on this side. However, John has found this stable. Doesn't see anything else here, but I would be surprised if this accomplished anything at this point. And there's the GG. GG, well played. What a game. That was a slog. Well played, John. Well played, Peru, as well. Did a great job microing those around by, but in the end, as we thought, Paladin's just too strong, and with all the res on this map, able to spam them for days. So awesome job there. And yeah, and we're rolling. We just this music needs to chill out, man. Go for lovely. Right, so as we expected, we're seeing the Koreans for John Perkins and Peru in the I will make him red again, just to tally with what we've been watching. Peru are going for the Turks, so both these civs, very strong, unique unit civilization. I would say that Koreans have the edge on Nomad because of the extra Vil line of sight. So you'll see that this is the Turks line of sight, and then the Koreans It's just much wider for the bills, so that's very, very handy when you're scouting for resources. See, big difference there. So there is water on this map, so we might see some contests for water. John has worked that out, and Peru has also worked it out with his sheep. So he does have a vill here. I think we'll go for a dock. He's looking for shorefish, and he's found some. He didn't see them. That's unfortunate. Oh, he's just going to lame these deer. Does he know? Oh yes, he must know about John's TC. Has he lost a sheep or something? Yeah, he did this to me in my game as well. Lamed all my resources that were, well, just a few deer actually. I think a boar? I can't remember. That were near my TC. So that was definitely a hindrance to my start. But is he going to run to the TC here? Oh, he's laming the gold as well. Yeah, yeah. Peru taking no prisoners this game. And John does see that though. And he's sending a vill over. Gonna see a bit of a vill fight, are we? No, he's pulling back. Neither player has loom, so if I were John, I'd just get loom and try and kill that villager. It's probably worth it to not have to deal with this gold being walled out. He's just ignoring it. Interesting. One fishing ship on the way for John. No dock for Peru. So that is unfortunate. Should know about all this water now based on the pathing of his sheep and his villager. But maybe he's not too focused on that right now. Interesting. Laming more deer, so being super annoying. A little bit of idle time for Peru, not too much, but a little bit for John as well, so fairly even start from these players. But yeah, Peru being super annoying with these lames, so doing a good job there. I think he's going to have to be careful with this wall, because John can range that bill. Does he see it? Does he notice? He's got that wall off. Okay, he's sending bills now to try and deal with this. He can still take these deer because they're quite close, but yeah, that might slow him down quite a lot. There's not a huge amount of food on those, and they will rot gradually. So, Peru taking a boar, an elephant, I should say. I don't know if John has any boar that he's found yet. Doesn't look like he's found any yet, so that's unfortunate for him. He does have more zebras out here. Some of those have been lamed, of course. And Peru's going to try and wall John in. Or something along those lines. So actually Peru having the boar is quite big for him. So he's just going to have a much better food count. Although John does have one fishing ship. I'd love to see some more. I think leaving 5 on wood as opposed to 4 would be more ideal. Who was attacked there? Oh, he just killed the goat. That's funny. I mean, if a villager kills a goat, it's still able to be eaten, right? Might have been a misclick. Okay, John building his own walls to prevent the stone being fully lamed. It's quite a good move. I like that. Both players will be wanting to go for a castle with their amazing unique unit. I feel like wagons probably do better than janissaries, though, in this circumstance. Because they're just so damn tanky. But will be interesting to see for sure. That's good stuff from John. I'd love to see a couple more fishing ships as well. Yeah, and another nice job. Going for that lumber camp. Not the best lumber camp in the world, but we'll accept it. We'll accept it. No lumber camp yet for John, so I think... I wonder how John's scouting's been this game. Yeah, he has scouted this whole pond, so I think he probably knows Although he might not be sure based on the fact that Peru's Ville's been knocking about. He probably knows that they're quite far away from each other. And Peru definitely knows that, so I'd be sure that both players will probably fast castle. We will see. Milling these deer. Maybe a little bit of a unnecessary move there, but just will make them that much more efficient. And yeah, he's going for a dock now with a fishing ship, but that's quite late. So John Perkins now 6 eco lead over Peru, and he's got loads of food, so he won't go up just yet, but yeah, he will be in a good position to get to the castle age quite quickly with a lot more food in the bank. And Peru will use these vills and probably take some more sheep under his TC. Maybe send them to these deer. I'd probably, if I was these players, think about going to gold now. We want to get up to the castle age. We need 200 gold, so it would be nice to see that. Yeah, this laming has proved super annoying, and John has to send 5 vills to take these palisade walls out. Even sending 3 after that weak vill there. You only need to send 1. 1 vill will kill it, but we know that Peru has the capacity to quick wall this vill, I'm sure. We might see some action. John on his way to the feudal age now, so quite impressive time over his opponent with 5 fishing ships. It's very nice. Peru not too far behind though. Okay, so 1 minute behind. Little misclick there from Peru, taking a bit more fish. Going for that quick wall. Let's see. There's 1 and 2. Knew it. The Viper, everyone. Ladies and gents. Oh, is he going to try wall? He's going to try and wall John Perkins to fill in. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Jeff. Ah, just too late. Though John might be able to break out because this palisade's very weak. Yeah, it breaks it up. Oh, he's done it. Oh, he's walled him in again. Amazing. Super annoying for John. However, John's res are looking good. Going for a couple of fires. Has he scouted Peru's dock? Oh, he has. Great job from John. There might have been a sheep that spotted that. So that's really good. His scouting definitely better than in the first game, in the early game. So that's really nice for him. And look at that score. 400 score, though. That's the feudal age advantage, I suppose. We're going for a barrack, so maybe he's thinking about going for some scouts. Doesn't have loads of food, though. We'll see. Is he going to add a range or something? Going for the stable. Going for the scouts. All right, nice. And John going for his own barracks, so maybe thinking about some military of his own. But if I'm honest, I think Market Blacksmith would have been better. Just head up to the Castle Age with the Koreans. And let me just see. Peru has... Well, he's seen those houses. So maybe he knows about the dock. I'm not sure. And John going on the stone now. Yeah, I think I would have liked to see a Market Blacksmith play here, because while there are scouts coming, he doesn't know that. And it's going to take them so long to get around that you could be most of the way up to Castle Age by the time they even get there. And 3 scouts, yeah, okay, you've got barracks, so you can make some spears as well, so, you know, it's going to be fine. Interesting. Peru going for transport. He's so worried about wasting time walking around. He wants to transport his scouts, but that's just going to die because there's fires. Interesting. We'll see if it pays off for him. Yeah, those scouts are lazy, man. They want a free ferry ride across. Yeah, all these fish will go down. And Peru not going for any of his own fires. Market now for John. I like this. So he'll be up to the castle age faster. And he'll be able to go for those wagons. And all the fishing ships now going down for Peru. He has queued up another one. But this is just chilling in the dock now. And despite the transport being made, the scouts are taking the long way around. So, as we predicted, not finding too much use. And good job from John. He's now on his way to the castle age behind this villager. So, Peru nowhere near. Going for 3 scouts. We'll see if they find any value. 2 scouts, though, you can just kill with Vils. And John's doing a great job. Just fight them with Vils. Yeah, they're now 2 weak scouts. I'd be surprised if they find value here. Just a bit of idle time, but nothing too stressful. Oh, I didn't see John add his own scouts. That's my bad. This is lovely from John. 3 scouts is better than 2, for sure. And I think he's going to get a Vil pick here. Possibly even a second. Okay, maybe not. Good micro there from John as well. Still just the 2 scouts here from Peru. And he is slower to the castle age as well. So we might see. I mean, if I were John, I'd actually send Vils forward right now. I mean, it's a long way to walk though. Yeah, and you don't really know what your opponent's up to too much. Like, if you can get the more scouting, like, you can make an argument for a forward castle, but maybe it's just best to drop it at home. Stay safe. Peru's with all these palisades though, he's got like got a little bit of vision all over John's base. Just nice for him.
Yes.
Little pause there, but nothing to be concerned about. Oh, that's where the stable was. Nice job from John there. I really like that. I don't think Peru scouted that, right? Yeah, Peru doesn't know the stable's there, so if he walls, like, I mean, he'll probably wall here and here if he decides to wall. Interesting. Okay, he's got a wall coming up here, actually, so maybe not. Maybe he's going to just try and go for a mega wall. Yeah, this would be a nice wall, and this one. But yeah, it's always hard on these maps. Like, when you're casting them, it's fine. We can see where the best walls go. But when you're actually playing it, because it's hyper random, you're never 100% sure of what the map is, really. Like, even when you've got it all scouted, like, sometimes you just don't notice, you know? I'm going to say, though, John's in a great position. He's not gone for a castle yet, but he does now have the stone. So I did just hear a unit die, but I'm not sure where that was. Galley now from Peru. That's a very interesting choice. Might be a misclick. Might have meant to go for a fire galley. Oh, 4 knights in this stable. That's an amazing move. Absolutely outstanding move. And I would love to see a transport and send these Vils. Castle drop. Bam. Honestly, would be sick. Like, he's probably not thinking of doing that right now. He's just trying to stay safe and probably quite intimidated by his opponent. But yeah, forward castle would be amazing right now. Okay, Peru is up. Might use his market to buy the remaining stone. Okay, he's going to go for a TC. Why not on the stone as well? Interesting. I suppose you don't need it. And here come the knights. There is 1 spearman in defense, but that will not be enough. These knights only have +1 attack coming in now. But, interesting. These Vils still working away on these palisades. Castle's coming up here. Very conservative. I don't hate it. I like it. Peru's now got 3 TCs though to defend from these night raids, so that's a great job from him. Yeah. And and he's come back onto the water, so John's not careful. Might lose some more of his fish, but he does have a fire or 2 in defense, and he's queued up another one. Not got the best food count right now. Some more vills going down though. We have 9 to 3 EoCC. Most of those are fishing ships, but nothing to be sniffed at. Yeah, interesting. So once we see the wagons come out, this could be quite tricky for Peru. I mean, he's going for his own castle now. And he's walling in those vills to make sure they don't get... that it doesn't get denied. But imagine if John had had his own castle here. He could have come forward with it. But yeah, I mean, it is a long way to go, so probably wasn't thinking that was a good plan. Love to see these knights pop out and raid this gold again. Would be nice. We will see if that happens. Yeah, nice lead for John Perkins at the moment in terms of eco. Having those fish really helps. They're getting less and less efficient though. There's not a huge amount of fish really. They only have 225 food on each of them, so not lots. And this knight will go down, I think, to the TC, unfortunately, with 0 armor upgrades. And the war wagons are just at home for now. I think these should definitely go forward ASAP. With the 3 TC approach here from Peru, like even 4 TCs, John's on a bit of a timer here, unless he adds his own eco. I think he's going to want to do as much damage as possible. I am just going to have to be right back 1 second, so I'm just going to pause it. I'll be right back. Alright, apologies about that. Oh, my glasses. Alright. So, let's resume the game. Yeah, so Peru with a nice eco lead. I think John at this point is trying to go for too many things. So this could be another nice little raid. There's no protection up here, so this could be 3 dead vills. These knights do have forging. Good reaction from Peru though, he sees it coming. And I think he's going to save at least 2 of those. Possibly even all 3. Okay, no, 1 goes down. Love to see these wagons come forward. 6 wagons right now. With fletching. And of course the armor for free. John Doesn't really have anything to defend this. Peru, I mean. So, yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Oh, I love this tower. That's an amazing tower. He actually sees it, Peru, but he hasn't reacted to it. So that's going to be so annoying. And of course, because it's Koreans, it's going to be a guard tower for free. And he's going to wall it in as well. Great job from John. He sees it, but it's too late. And will John get the walls up in time, though? Yes, he will. Great job from John. Although, that will go down. Will he say I'd send a knight over? Just one knight? Hit clean these vills. Nice reaction from Peru there, like, quickly spotted it before it was too annoying and committed to it, so a good job. And the fire coming in clutch to kill the vills, nice. Just one knight over here, and this is no longer an issue, but hopefully those wagons will come forward soon. They're all just sitting at home right now. Peru has got now a 10-vil lead, so this is going to get worse and worse as the time goes on. So John needs to do a lot of damage with these right now. Tower has bought some idle time though, and is definitely annoying. So, oh, and John's going to be up to Imp. Is he going to send some vills forward as well? I like that. Have we had another instance of John forgetting to click Imp? Possibly is the case right now. Is he going to go? Oh, this whole time, no double bid axe, no horse collar for Peru. That's quite unfortunate. And John has both of those upgrades and handcart. Yes, and there's the Imperial Age click. This is big. Okay, I think John's in a very good position now. And this isn't walls, so these wagons will rip this eco. They can just sit under TCs for days. And if I were John, I know I've said this before, but man, we need to see a forward castle and some trebuchets. Forward castle on this hill, amazing. Would be amazing. But yeah, I mean, it's easy to say this is the caster. You don't necessarily know to go for this stuff. He does see that castle though, so nice target for the wagons. Just whack. Oh, nice. So he even saves the tower on 20 HP. That's so annoying. Oh my god. Amazing. Just awesome play there. Really, really good. Love to see it. So Peru does have the Vil lead, although John has a very nice Vil count. Or eco count, it must be said. Lots of food in the bank, so I think some more TCs would be good. And maybe think about some fish traps. Okay, yes. I love this. I absolutely love this. We can only get 5 in there, but that should still be enough. With the wagons, we should be able to kill absolutely everything. So maybe these Jannies are doing better than I expected. 17 attack versus 9 plus 2. And they do have a bit more range, right? The range is 4 plus 2, is it? And 8. So 6 range versus 8 range. With micro, ooh, they will go down though. And John does have ballistics. So you can micro for a bit, but you can't micro all the time. Interesting. So Jannies actually do not too bad against the but yeah, Peru's gonna see Imp and go, oh shit. And here comes the castle. Love that. And we've got loads of wagons to support it. This is amazing stuff from John Perkins. And I don't see how Peru can stop this. He's got a 50-40 Vil lead. But nothing. No military. No Imperial Age. I think John should go for Elite War Wagon. No point queuing them up here. Just stop these. Go for Elite. Got Bracer coming. Love to see Chemistry as well. This is a desperation castle now from Peru. But a lot of these vills are going to go down. Because this castle does, okay, it does have fletching now, that's good. But this is going to even out the vil count by quite some margin. Yeah, definitely would queue Elite on this. Conscription's good though, Conscription's very good. can't remember how much Elite War Wagon costs, actually. I think it actually is a lot of wood and gold, so maybe we couldn't afford it after all. And now this is a keep with only 30 HP. And it is denying this entire load of farms. Amazing. Bowsaw coming in now for Peru. I think that's not going to do too much for you at this point. I don't really know what you can do in Peru's position. Like once we have Trebs and Bracer on these wagons. You're kind of stuffed. And he's even found this TC as well. So you can just come and drop a castle here. Yeah, it's got a few vills. These wagons are causing complete havoc. It's looking really good for John. And out comes that first trap, and Peru calls the GG. GG, well played. Really strong performance there from John. Amazing stuff. I think Peru did a great job with this fill, laming early, but not having that dock earlier just meant he was that much further behind. And there's probably something else that I missed in terms of getting food. But food seemed to be a real struggle for him in the early game. And yeah, once we got to the late game, the fast rip time with the wagons, really, really good stuff. Yeah, you can see even at the end there, like, big population lead for Peru, but it was basically all eco, so that doesn't really do much if you have no army. John with more res collected actually in that game. There's fish paying off quite a lot. And yeah. Lovely stuff. Alright. Game 4 on the way. Alright. Welcome, ladies and gents. We're on game 4 of the Empires and Chaos and Chance Division 6 Grand Final. John Perkins versus Perunatykki. Not sure if I'm saying that right. Pretty sure I'm not. But so it's now 2-1 to John Perkins after an epic victory with Koreans on Mega Random Nomad. So Peru then decides to pick Mega Random Nomad again. And he's gone for the poles this time. Interesting choice. And what's interesting about this gen is that there is no water on it. So this is going to play out quite differently. I believe this gives the poles less of a disadvantage against the Persians. But it will be interesting to see how that plays out for sure. I quite like this TC spot from Peru. Pretty nice. And yeah, having that gold is good, and there seems to be quite a lot of food around as well. These deer have 140 food on, so not the worst. How's the boar situation looking? Oh, let me just make Peru red, just for consistency. Yeah, lots of food around, which is nice. Including a rhino here. And another rhino here. So a little bit further away from his TC than perhaps you would like, but good. And John, similar sort of thing. Slightly less food, it seems, within the vicinity. But probably enough, nonetheless. Oh, what's interesting, though, is that John's TC is on normal terrain. Peru's is on the cracked terrain. And the buildings on cracked terrain go down faster. You know what would be an amazing strat right now? The Persian douche. Because that TC would crumble. I mean, admittedly, you place your own TC, it's also on a weaker position, but, you know, Persians with the extra HP. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we won't have scouted his TC, but that would be sick. Anyway, maybe douching's banned in this tournament, actually. I have no idea. All right, So, nice clean start for both players. One thing I seem to notice about this map is that there's not a whole lot of gold. Well, actually, there seems to be enough. Gold piles have 800, fairly standard. Stone. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of stone either. There's some. But, yeah, Peru does not have access to very much stone. In fact, he's not going to scout any. Unless he goes right to the corner. Oh, he has already scouted that, so great job by him. Maybe the Vils were there at the beginning. He's bringing in that boar. And it's going for the pole's full work, which is basically like a mill plus a house. And as we all know, the pole's bonus, getting their food in that much earlier from the farms is really nice in this situation. So that's pretty sick. John has also managed to pull in a boar, so that was good stuff. And he's going to mill up here, and I think, yeah, he's seen this boar as well, so that's really nice for him. So both players should have 2 boars at least coming in. It's nice. Okay, so Peru's looking out for his opponent. Hasn't found him yet, as far as I can tell. John also has not found his opponent yet. This is just where the Vils started, I believe. Unless he lost a sheep very early on, but I don't think he did. Both players, as far as I know, unaware of where their opponent is, but at least fairly sure that they're not right next to each other. Peru's got really good scouting here, though, I must say. Good job from him. And John milling these deer as well. Quite like that move, actually. But John actually is going to have quite a nice food count, but Peru already nearly up to the fuel age. I wonder if he'll go out and go for some scouts with the poles. Quite a nice play, and then he can just switch into the farms, which is so damn strong with the poles. And yep, he's already up, going 19 villagers. No starting scout, obviously. I don't know if you ever get that in HyperRandom Nomad. I'm not sure. Probably not. So, yeah, very nice uptime from Peru. John not really too close to that, so this could catch him off guard, actually, if he's not careful. And this map looks really horrible to wall. Very, very open. He is going for some walls on the front, which is nice. Peru will find this. So he's found this wall, so he might be thinking John's here. But actually, yeah, he will know roughly where John is now. John not too far behind with a few age though. He's clicked up, which is nice. So he's going for his own barracks, so he's probably thinking about his own scouts as well, which is nice. I have a much better timing here for Peru. He's got plenty of food banked up, so this is looking like a very nice build for him. And just the kind of start he would have wanted. Quite low idle time for both players as well, which is always a good thing to see on Nomad. Especially Mega Random Nomad. These hills are crazy, honestly. This must be like the highest elevation you can have, right? Elevation 7 or something in the map generator? Nuts. You don't really see hills this big usually. Crazy. Alright, so we've in the feudal age. And we've got a stable up already for Peru, so 2 scouts on the way. I wonder if John will try and wall this. Doesn't look easy though. But the issue is that like if you invest into all these walls, there is 0 point if you don't also wall this. And it's a mistake I always make as well. Like you just think, I need walls, and then you make like some walls, but then you leave like a massive gaping hole in the other side of your base. I mean, if he goes for some small walls, maybe you could make an argument here. Potentially. Yeah, got his own stable coming up. I believe he doesn't know... Yeah, he still doesn't know where Peru is. Not that it necessarily matters, but we're going to see these scouts come into play very shortly. Might catch some of these villagers off guard, but going to run into the walls for now, so maybe I'm wrong. The walls are coming in slightly useful, but here come the scouts, and they're going to see these vills. Oh, does John have... Oh, he does have loom at least. Yeah, you can just fight this back with the villagers. Peru is a bit of a micro nerd though, as we have seen. Oh, it's going to lose that scout. That's an unfortunate misclick. Not the biggest deal, but now John has 2 full HP scouts who can take out these ones from Peru. Great job. Oh. And those are going down. Even a spearman as well, so... Not the best early engagements for Peru, although his score's looking good. I think it's largely due to scouting, though, I think. Let me just... So that's John scouting. And then we look at Peru scouting. A lot more of the map is covered. Even scouting up here for other resources, I think. So that's a nice job from him. Keep active with those sheep. Going for his spearman now, but look at this. You love to see this. Perfect farm placement around that full work. And another one right here. Not doing the thing that I always do, which is forget that I'm poles and just plant a load of farms around my TC and then delete them in a rage. And yeah, the score might say that Peru is ahead. He is certainly a few bills ahead due to this idle time. But I think John is in an okay position, and Persians can always come back with the vills because of their faster working TC. Very nice bonus for them. Losing the scouts to the spear. Kind of unfortunate, but not the end of the world. And lots of farms for John. No horse collar, unfortunately. I always think when you're going scouts, it's quite important to get horse collar. But I also didn't make it into the tournament finals, so John knows better than me, man. I think, yeah, it's controversial, isn't it? People have talked about horse collar, whether it pays off or not. But yeah, that will potentially start to hurt once those farms start running out. However, Peru also doesn't have horse collar, and this is more of an issue for Poles because their eco bonus is so heavily influenced by horse collar. I think you really need to get horse collar. So, John was listening to me, man. In the past, he was listening to me, and he's gone for his own horse collar. Unfortunately, like, the farms are already made, but still, it's still good to have it, you know? And yeah, he's going for these walls. I like these walls. Nice. It is unfortunately on that weak ground, but yeah, it will certainly make a difference. I think have that later on. Keep his base nice and secure. All right. Still deer being taken by John as well, which is nice. Peru's eco's looking crazy though. These farms, even without horse collar, are paying dividends. And he's on the way to the castle age. And he's going to double down on the stables, which is a lovely move. I think John senses that his opponent might be ahead. And might have even seen the score dip. Usually at our kind of elo level, people don't notice that. But sometimes you do. And maybe he's noticed that. He's getting these walls down. He's going for some spears. I think he might still be fine, honestly. He needs to just be careful not to let it snowball too hard. I would love to see some walls here, actually. just to keep these villagers safe. He's bringing these ones back because they've eaten this deer. And then we've got yeah, we have a fairly even game on our hands. Both players with 39 vills. John with more idle time, but the Persian bonus coming in clutch and keeping him competitive. Obviously, this vill count will go up for Peru, but he's not going to be able to afford too many TCs, and I think that's the lack of horse color. He's had to spend so much wood reseeding these farms. But it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world, and maybe if I were him, I'd actually think about a third stable. Maybe plonking a little bit more on gold. With poles, you don't even need 20 on food. I would say he should take stone, but his stone is so far away. I mean, at least he sees it. Could potentially think about doing that later on. So we have one player in the Castlade going for some knights. Already has the first armor. That is very nice. Gonna get the gold mining upgrade as well. Maybe would have liked to see that a little bit earlier, perhaps on his way up to the Castle Age. But nice to see it coming in. John has made a great decision here, going for camels. It's probably due to the fact that he knows he's against poles and what poles do best. Lots and lots of knights. So camels will be really nice here. He will need to get some upgrades though, because camels in equal numbers without upgrades will still lose to knights with upgrades. Yeah, what's the gold situation like for John actually? Yeah, not great. He has this one gold here. And he has this one here. So he can't actually afford too many camels because... yeah, I mean, there's plenty of gold here to go. Yeah, horse collar, controversial man, exactly, yeah. Sorry, I just saw that message. Oh, okay. Knights and crossbows from Peru. That will be a strong combination, but can he actually afford it? Interesting. I think you can just double on knights, right? I mean, I suppose you've seen the camels, perhaps you're scared, like, you can't just only do knights. And poles, crossbows, they get pretty much, yeah, most of the upgrades. Certainly fully upgraded in Castle Age. I think they get thumb rings, so... interesting. But yeah, we have a pretty even game on our hands. There is a score lead for Peru right now. Just a few vills. Yeah. Yeah, and I like John moving up to this gold. Nice move. I'm telling you, man, like, both players, like, okay, the wood count's alright, but it's kind of struggling for wood in early castle, and I'm like, you had horse collar, man. Just a little bit earlier. Okay, nice stuff from John going for that armor. So, okay, monks and crossbows is the play from Peru, and yeah, I like that. That's going to be a tough one to combat. And I'm sure that Peru has the micro to use that army effectively. Oh, nearly getting in here with the camels, but Peru managing to get those clutch walls up in time. And those camels will be whittled down by the crossbows. But yeah, John notices, pulls them back. Nice job. Another little raid coming in here, but again, Peru's fully walled, so won't find too much damage. Second TC up from Peru, shortly followed by John's own second TC. Yeah, so pretty sort of identical approaches really to this, except for the crossbow play. But I like this. Certainly got an even game on our hands here. Monks will presumably deter the camels once they arrive, wherever. Where is he? There he is. There's that old man. Look at him go. He's so scary. Run, camels. I have a walking stick. Yeah, maybe even adding some light cav in would be nice from John. But yeah, he doesn't have the greatest food count, and he needs to produce vills from 2 TCs. So light cav just that much more food to be adding. So tough. I very rarely add light cav when I'm up against monks as well. I'm always just like, it's fine. They can't micro, and then I lose massive fights. You know. But definitely something to think about. Oh, yes, let's go, John. I love this energy. Let's go. Forward castle. Sending the absolute barn. Got a big military lead. I think this goes up. Although he's got to be careful. Got his military on the other side. Going for the pincer move. Oh, no, they're coming back. Okay, he's going for that. Oh, he's going for his own castle. But his vills are way out of position. There's no way this goes up. Surely. Going for the monk trick. That's so annoying. I hate that. I mean, I do it myself, but... Oh, is John in? No, he's not in. Oh, this could be... Oh, this is so close. I think both castles go up. Peru is going wild. I don't know if you've seen that clip of Tato when he's trying to get a castle up against Leary in NAC4. And he like leans into the camera and he's like clicking. It's so funny. It's such a good clip. Okay, both castles go up, so that's nice. Oh, and the monk goes down. Stable in the way means that petards won't be too useful, but yeah, actually this castle's great because it does deny the stable effectively. Doesn't range any TCs, but a lot of military in here from John. A lot of military. Oh crap, I didn't even notice that Peru's up to the Imperial Age. That is big. That could potentially be... I mean, these trebs, they'll have to run as soon as they come out of the castle, but I think... Yeah, Imp might be a struggle for John to deal with. And he's not really looking too close. He's still only just got the 2 TCs, as does Peru, but Peru is up to the Imperial Age, so we'll see what he goes for. He doesn't have anything on gold, though, just getting a little trickle from mining stone. Okay, selling stone to get gold. What's he going to go for? Cavalier or Treb? I think Trebs. He's going to go for 2 Trebs, surely. Yeah, there's 1 Treb. Running away with the vills. John's selling his wood to, I think he wants to go to Imperial Age, so maybe he'll... he doesn't really have enough on food. Yeah, he's going to try and buy his way up. But yeah, both players kind of tanking their eco to go to Imperial Age, but one player is a lot further behind. And is that not in range? Oh, John doesn't have fletching, so perhaps not. 11 range. I would have thought that Treb's in range of the castle. Then the castle can range it. Doesn't look like it. I think the castle would have automatically targeted it, right? Yeah. Alright, well, that's kind of tough for John, so yeah, I like this. So he's just going to play it safe. He's gone up to Imperial Age. Defensive castle. And then what do you go for with your army comp? I would say camel and trash bow could be quite effective. Although that does die to Arbalest. So if Peru commits to the Arbalest, that could be tough. But Poles want to go for their Cavalier or they want to go for their Obuks, so yeah, tricky one. John's going to go for Knights. Maybe go for his own Cavalier. In theory, they're stronger than the Pole Cavalier, as long as they can keep up with the numbers. But yeah, the score's not looking good. I think you do have to bear that in mind when you're playing these games, is that you get very intimidated by a big score lead like that. So let's see, and there's a 4th TC now for Peru. And he's going for the privileges, and he's going to spam Cavalier for days once he gets that food count up. That being said, even Vil count, even military count, more eco for John. Going for a trebuchet. Interesting. Okay. I would say actually it's better to go for more. Get some military numbers. Get some cavalier out there. I like the conscription upgrade as well, though. That's behind the... Yeah, the trebuchet is behind conscription. Yeah. It's tricky, this, because Peru's had time to stabilize his food eco. And now that castle's down. Yeah. Once his food eco gets rolling, it's going to be tough for John to deal with all the Polish cavalry. And they're coming forward now. Going for camel. Yeah, yeah. I like this. And stables work faster as well, right? So heavy camel comes in just a little bit quicker, which is incredibly useful. And they will have the +3, so that is nice. Yeah. See how this goes. Bit of a raid here. And I think John will clear this without too much issue, but already the military is crazy, like Poles, man. They can just spam these cavalier all day long. I think Peru has quite a lot of stables down. Yeah, 6 stables. Possibly even more. Yeah, 6. Yeah, so John cleans these, but you kill them and 4 more come in their place, you know? That's the thing with the Poles. Good job from John, though. Good damage control. And he actually has the Vil leader right now, so keeping his TCs rolling a bit more. Despite the fact that Peru has 4 TCs, he's not really been producing too much. I do think that John is on a bit of a timer, though. Like, if you can keep these camels alive and if he can take good fights, he can win this game. But it's a tough one. And this hill is so nasty as well. Like, trying to push this castle is not going to be easy. Selling the absolute barn to get gold. I'm not sure he's going. He's going for Arbalest. Okay, interesting. He's going to go Cavalier plus Arbalest. That's very gold intensive for a map that doesn't really have a whole lot of gold. He's got gold there. He's got a little bit left here. Well, no, he doesn't. It's gone. Is there any more? There's a little over here. Okay. Maybe just about enough to sustain some of this army comp, but we'll have to see if that works out. But yeah. Yeah, enough elite camels and heavy camels. I think mixing in some cavalry would be nice as well. Arbalest are a very soft counter to camels, so at the end of the day, yeah. And here's the cavalier upgrade. I like to see it. I do like the way John is playing this game. It's definitely keeping up with Peru. Yeah, the score is looking intimidating, that's for sure. This market hasn't been completed. Interesting. I think he already has a market, though, because he's been selling resources. Yeah, he's got... Maybe that was a quick wall attempt earlier or something. I'm not sure what happened there. Double market. Love to see it. Okay, and now he's seen the Arbalest, so he knows what's coming. He's going to want to build up this massive cavalry. I think if you just have maybe 10 more cavaliers, this army dies hard. No pikes or halberdiers from either player, so that's not going to come into play. Oh, that's a very nice raid from Peru up here. Oh, that could be a lot of dead villagers if we're not careful. Ah, he spotted it though. He's bringing his units over. Good job. Not running away with the vills. No need. However, we now have a treb push on this castle. There's a lot of military here. not seeing a lot of bills out here. Is he repairing this castle? Yeah, he is. He's just, oh, he's got 4 of his own trebs, but they can't get through. That's so annoying. Oh, where are they going? Oh, this happens to me so many times. Just gotta delete the house or something. And bring all your cavalier down. Oh, he's gone for a raid. A nice counterattack, Mr. Yo style. I like it. Don't deal with the army, just kill his villagers. As long as you can stop this, that's fine. Yeah, and he's got his own cavalier to defend here. Nice job. Very nice job. Yeah, I'm going to guess that John was feeling like he was really far behind. But actually, he's in a perfectly good position right now. Like, got the better, I think, overall army comp. Like, I don't think Arbalest will cut it against Persian Cavalier with full upgrades nearly. You know, even with the +3, that's probably enough. And yeah, running around here, like you could just clear this. Okay, there's quite a few low HP units. Maybe they will die actually. Yeah. Okay. So the raid's been dealt with. Ah, and big stone walls now from Peru. Wants to stop those raids coming in. I quite like that, to be fair. Going for the long game. Oh, do you know what I'd love to see though? Crop rotation would be lovely. Because this eco is good, but it would be absolutely sick if you had crop rotation. You get so much food from those damn Polish farms, man. Okay, Arbalest coming forward now. Bill count is starting to dwindle as his population. He's just struggling to keep military count up at the moment, John. He's just not got the food. He's throwing all of this golden wood, but we're not really spending it because we're making cavalry. And yeah, it's looking like an unassailable advantage now for Peru here. Arbalest play coming in clutch in the end. And yeah, we did keep his trebs alive though, but they haven't really accomplished the whole yacht just yet. I think they should unpack and try and kill this treb, right? Maybe if John can get his mass up of cavalry and take a decent fight here. But, so yes, a lot of Arbalest, 38 Arbalest. Yeah, going to be a tough one to clear for sure. Going for a mangonel. I think a mangonel, unfortunately, once the Arbalest have bracer, is basically useless. Like, you need to get Onager, I think. But we'll see, maybe you can get some big shots. Here come the winged hussars. Yeah, just not quite enough cavalry to clear this, which is unfortunate. It's a whole lot, yeah. And then, oh, he did get, okay, I stand corrected. He did get the treb with that mangonel, so. Raiding was a mistake, cavalier for the Arbalest. Yeah, potentially. I think, yeah. I don't know how much damage you got done with that raid. Like, you probably killed quite a few villagers, but yeah, I think maybe just in this case, like if you'd had that mass, you would have been able to clear this. But I can totally see why you went for the raid. Like, if you feel like you can't kill the army, that's your best move, is to just try and kill villagers of your opponent. But yeah, unfortunately at this point, like, there's just nothing back here to defend any of this eco. And once the winged hussars start flooding into your base, it's not a nice feeling. Nice little counter raid though. And he's found this goal. Ooh, cavalier. He's hungry. And John calls it GG. GG, well played. Well played from both players. Very nice game. And yeah, I imagine, John, you probably felt like you were, you know, behind almost from the start, but you know, that was a really competitive game, man. So well played. Yeah. Peru using the poles to great effect. Although it would have been nice to see some farm upgrades. Yeah, exactly. I think it was a lot closer than I'm sure it felt. I'm 100% been there. It's times like that, right? I feel like, you know, you should just turn off the score in game because it's actually misleading at that point, you know. A lot more food collected still from the polls. All right, game 5. We have a decider game. Big stuff. Big stuff. Okay, ladies and gents, welcome to the final game, the cider game. Very exciting. In the grand final between Perunatykki, or Peru, and John Perkins. And Peru immediately says, "What a scout!" And I believe that is a relic cart. Amazing. Love that. Has 75 HP and moves incredibly slowly by the looks of things. So, love that. So, in the Civ matchup, wasn't at all as I was expecting from John. He's gone for the Bulgarians. I assume he wants to play a more cavalry-orientated approach, which seems to be what he's done the rest of the series, actually. Except for that Koreans game, although even then we did see a few knights. So perhaps that's the reason. More comfortable playing cavalry civs. Also, Bulgarians are just a very good civ. You can't really argue. Maybe he was thinking he might get a better matchup with them. And Peru's gone for the Tatars. So hoping for some hills. We've got a few. So we'll see if that comes into play. Tatars with amazingly strong cavalry archers in the late game, as well as great hussars, and the unique unit, the Keshik, which gets gold from killing enemy units. And the Bulgarians, known for their Conics, their unique unit, which once it's killed, in fact, is only dismounted and becomes a foot soldier, which is pretty awesome. And they also have Kreposts. We'll see if that comes into play. I do like seeing Kreposts. I died hard to a lot of Kreposts in my bronze match, so would definitely like to see some of those. And they also have blacksmith upgrades that cost 50% less food, I believe, is the bonus, which is incredibly useful, especially in the mid game when you're just trying to like get your upgrades fast and your numbers. So they're one of the few civs that can go immediately for +2 and not worry too much about compromising on knight numbers. +2 armor, that is. Anyway, decent start for both players. A little bit of idle time for John, but not too much. I think that's down to, I'm guessing these geese don't have too much food on, or maybe there just aren't many geese. Doesn't seem to have too much food around. He's getting a boar in now. Oh, he hasn't scouted this boar yet. I'm hoping he's scouting with the villager now. She's gonna, oh no. Oh no. Run. She'll make it. She's gonna be fine. And he does have, doesn't he have? Did you get, oh no, Peru got loom. Oh, nice blocking with the relic cart. Okay. Well, Peru, nice job. He's got a mill on the berries there. John going for the same. It seems like a fairly standard start. I'm sure these vills will take care of this bear, no problem. Good job. Those big strong men there helping out their comrade. And oh, I didn't realize we started with an archery range. Interesting. I've always thought that's an interesting thing in a game, because you're expecting archers in from your opponent, but sometimes they don't do it, and it's sort of the mind games, you know? Just makes scouting that much more important. Yeah, that definitely plays into the Tatars. Tatars with the free thumb ring, if they have a big mass of crossbows in Castle Age, it can be incredibly strong. So that could be a tough one. But we'll see how the game plays out. Looks like there's quite a lot of resources on this map. Oh, the relic doesn't... Oh, it doesn't even capture geese. No way. That's terrible. So it just sort of wanders around and gives you some idea of the map, but it doesn't actually... Yeah, it doesn't seem to capture anything. Interesting. Yeah, okay, no, he didn't actually go there, but... Alright, well... Classic. Not quite Bazzy random levels, but... Oh my god, yeah, it's basically a useless scout. Somehow he has managed to find you, John. But, oh wait, what? Is that... No. I saw that was... I'm so confused. Did you just take it? Or was his scout over here? What? Yeah, you took it. You have his relic. What? That's nuts. You can capture them. So he doesn't even have a scout anymore. That's so funny. Oh my god. Unbelievable. That's so annoying. I love that. Interesting. Okay, so John has a massive advantage with 2 scouts. 2 relic scouts over Peru. Peru's 0. That's nuts, man. I did play a HyperRandom game where I started with a longboat that was a monk. And it was like a longboat that could convert other units, including other longboat monks. So mine just got converted, and then my opponent was like converting my villagers from the shoreline with these stupid fucking longboat monks. It was super annoying. Anyway, okay, so I think John wants to go for some archers, which is understandable. We do have a range. Peru is faster up to the next stage, and he is also going for archers. He's got 4 on gold here. I think he might drop a second range, I imagine. Oh no, he's going for some eco upgrades, which makes a lot of sense. I'm wondering if it would make more sense for John just to go for skirms here. Expecting archers. I mean, because what can you do? You can't scout this, because if you try and scout it, you just lose your relic cart. Oh, did you lose yours now as well? Looks like it. I don't even know. Yeah, yeah, he's got one back. Okay, it's all good, guys. The relic cart count is even now. Archer coming forward. Now, this is a much more effective scout. Okay, and John's going for some skirms as well. So skirms and archers is the play. And is he dropping a... Oh, he's going for a blacksmith. Nice. Peru going for a barracks. Maybe he wants to go for a stable? Interesting. Not so sure about that. John already got fletching coming in. Really nice job. Bulgarian bonus coming in clutch. This skirm will easily take care of these 2 archers. Peru noticing probably that he has fletching now. And John even getting the armor as well. So these are now fully upgraded skirms. So, yeah, great position for John at this point. Yeah, perfect play from John here. Those archers will achieve absolutely nothing unless John is caught out of position. Very early wheelbarrow, but not the end of the world. As long as you, if you're getting housed, it's definitely worthwhile doing that, I'd say. Playing very open so far. Peru going for a few more walls at the moment. And going for that stable, yeah, so that's why the barracks came up. He wants to go for a stable. I mean, if John has enough archers, then he should still be able to take good fights. Peru has no blacksmith upgrades, so I think John should have taken that fight, to be honest. Yeah, and here come the scouts. So that's actually a really good play, because John doesn't have... He is going for a barracks now, though. If he read the game like a book, he's expecting the scouts. Or maybe he just wants to go for his own stable, thinking the same. But yeah, scouts in a situation where your opponent might not necessarily have any spears to defend. It was a very nice play. Both players thinking the same thing. That makes a lot of sense. Ooh, just passing. Who's going to notice it first? Looks like Peru has noticed, but John has way better upgrades, so he should clear this entire army. There is 1 scout, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. As long as he keeps 1 archer alive. Okay, maybe not then. Looks like that scout will come in clutch. As long as John keeps making some archers, yep, good job. And he sees the scouts, so he knows what's coming. And he's going for his own scouts as well. Ah, we're gonna have full feudal battles here. I would say this definitely favors the Bulgarians, because they can get all their upgrades so much cheaper. John now going for some wall-offs, which is nice. I'm not sure if this army will find too much value. There's a few weak units in there. Does see the stable though, which is nice, so he knows that the scouts are coming from his opponent. Nice little raid here from John. Has been caught out by a skirmisher, but again, no blacksmith upgrades yet for those, so can be dealt with, and he's forced him to go for a tower. So that's nice. However, the scouts will deal with this, so at the end of the day it won't accomplish too much. But yeah, forcing a tower is really, really good. Peru needs to balance his eco a little bit. I think if he does that, he'll be able to get up to the castle age quite quickly. Perhaps go for that amazing cavalry archer move. I was thinking it was like a funny looking scout, but actually it's just a skirmisher behind the scout. Yeah, looking fairly even at the moment. Exactly even almost on the Ville and military counts. Just a tiny bit more idle time for John is the only reason for that, but both players playing very cleanly so far. 5 scouts now for John. I would love to see the armor on these because it's so cheap. Horse color, love to see it. Good man. Some scouts on this wood line, that's very nice, but this can probably be fought off with villagers. Although he doesn't seem to have noticed it. Yeah, he hasn't noticed this yet. But he's taking a fight here, killing a couple of scouts, but also losing some skirms. So yeah, some good engagements for John. Peru now though, eco is looking pretty tasty. Should be able to click up to the castle age shortly. Yeah, some nice damage here. Getting 2 villagers. Wow, John going for the big walls. Let's go. Not going for the full feudal wars that I was maybe expecting. John using the market first, so nice job from him. Yeah, that's very nice. So he will get the better prices. He can get knights out faster. That early +2 could come in really clutch if he's able to take advantage of that. And yeah, these 3 scouts definitely finding some decent value, so nice job there. And both players up to castle age at identical times pretty much. Just a tiny bit of a lead for Peru there in the end, but yeah, a little bit more expensive for the food count. Relic Arch chilling out here. Oh, a few scouts back here, but John has done a good job of walling, so yeah, they won't find too much damage. A lot of scouts left over here though from John. We'll see if he can find some damage here. Gonna catch these archers off guard. And this is still open, so what I'd like to see though is a few more vills coming off wood. Oh, 3 scouts in here. Could be interesting. Has John noticed this? Yeah, pretty quick reaction. Queues up another spearman to try and deal with this. But yeah, I think the only issue right here now for John is that we don't have that much gold, so we're not going to be able to afford too many knights. We also only have 1 stable. I think I'd like to see 2 stables with the Bulgarians. And possibly thinking about stone for some crepos, always a nice option. And yeah, clears up those scouts, nice job. Quite a big score lead for John now. And he's also in here, and he's going to kill this walling villager. Great job, really, really great job. Yeah, okay, John is in a nice position right now. He's up to castle, he's right behind his opponent. He's got the armor coming in. He can just dive this tower, honestly. I would say just dive it. Yeah, nice, good job. Knights coming out, and yeah, Peru going for those cavalry archers, but until those get massed, if John's able to click the +2 on his knights, doesn't quite have the gold right now. He needs to spend it on his knight numbers. So, yeah, I can understand that. Going for it. Oh, amazing, absolutely amazing. Just beautiful. The perfect TC. If only there was like wood here, it'd be even better. But it was still amazing. I love it. Peru in classic fashion, dropping 2 TCs right away. Going for that eco approach with the cav archers. Slightly easier to do that when you're going CA because you're not spending so much food on your military, so you can afford to keep pumping out vills, but we'll see. I think 2 TCs with the Bulgarians, if he gets to +2, I think could make short work of this military from Peru and could do a lot of damage, so we'll see what happens. And he's well aware of Peru's base now. He's got a good layout of all the ecos, so he knows where to hit. He knows there's gold here, he knows this area's towered, and he knows that there's like new stuff around here. So we'll find this TC now. The other thing to think about against Tatars is adding a little bit of siege. Maybe some scorpions, some mangonels. Oh, those knights. Nice, running in. They probably will die once Peru reacts. He does have Bodkin now, and these knights still only have the +1. Almost able to afford to +2 now. I think he might be waiting for it. Score's looking pretty even now, so Peru still behind in vills, but will start to catch up, I believe. Once the TC numbers kick in. John's ego's looking good though, looking very good. Does need to click Bowsaw, but this skirmisher is not going to make out alive, lads. This is not looking good for him. I'm not going to lie. Gonna try and scout as much information as he can, but he's being trailed by 3 fully grown bears, and that's not going to go too well for him. He's going to try and fight them, but he has a javelin, but he's not allowed to stab them. He can only throw. So yeah, the scum is a dead scum. I can't watch. In come the knights, but yeah, we still don't have the +2, so they will die for these cavalry archers who already have thumb ring. John cooking up a lot of villagers, but yeah, I think we should probably add a 3rd TC if that's the approach we're going for. And yeah, tough one now for John. It's tough to push the Tatars when they have this many cavalry archers out. I think we wanted to see a slightly better timing with the Bulgarians. That's one of the things about them is getting those timings. It's quite hard to play them, I think. He's done a good job so far. He's killed 8 villagers. So it's pretty even on the vill count, despite the fact we've had 3 TCs this whole time. So John getting his own 3rd TC should be pretty even. However, I think if Peru added some monks right now, it would make it even tougher. For John, who's go for skirmishers, which is a good play. I don't think these walls will be up in time, but he does have knights here, so I think might be able to take a fight here against these cavalry archers. Does have the +2 now, so that's great. Really, really great. Interesting. I would have maybe stayed there. I'm not sure, to be honest. It's a tricky one. Easy to say these things looking down, but like, yeah, sometimes you see your numbers going down and think, oh, I have to pull back from this. Yeah. Okay. Losing his cavalry archers. Trying to dive in. Ooh, this Krepos is quite ambitious. We'll see how that works out. If he can run in with the knights, then maybe it will go up. Okay, nice. Gonna clear up those CA. Good job. Yeah, so quite a few vills went down there. 11, I think. Maybe 10. But he lost all his CA. So, not the best move, I don't think, by Peru. Yeah, these vills have been idle for quite a while, so that's unfortunate, but yeah, always happens, right? When you're focused on other things. Oh, and was this an overchop? Is there a hole? I'm not sure how that happened, how that guy got in there. Elite skirm coming in. Nice move. Very nice move. And, yeah. Got this 4th TC now coming up for Peru, so it'll be a tough one. Defensive siege shop. Don't go for the late game for sure. But I'm not sure, like against the Tatars, it's a tough one. They have a very strong late game with those cav archers, so we'll see. Getting ballistics now, so they will kill villagers and running knights that much faster. Yeah, quite a substantial Vil lead now, 14 Vil lead. John does have the military lead though, and these knights are going to be quite strong. Knights and skirms are a great combination against CA, and John can kind of control where the fights happen, which definitely makes it nice. But yeah, he's got to watch out for that TC. Maybe we can think about a Crepost here. Crepost here with some military would be lovely. Absolutely lovely. Interesting. Peru mixing in his own knights. Presumably to try and counter these skirms. Nice move. I'm not sure if it's needed really. Just more cavalry archers potentially, but oh, that is not an engagement you want to take as Peru. Still got enough. Oh, he's going for step lancers. Oh, okay. A couple of knights and a couple of step lancers. Interesting, for sure. We do love step lancers these days. They seem to have become very popular. We're going for forward siege shop. For John going for forward siege shop. Interesting. I think we need just a few more knights, and then we go for a forward crepost. I think that is the play. These villagers might get caught out if they're not careful. The skirms will go down. Okay, he's abandoning that siege shop play and doesn't yet see this gold mine, but he will see it very shortly. Will he? No, not just yet. Okay, now he sees it, but no, he didn't notice it, so that's all good. John going for another counter raid, but yeah, Peru doing a great job of keeping this at bay. Walling behind nicely. I don't think John will manage to get through. I think yeah, these knights need to come back, and I think we need to try and get a little crepost or even a castle up here. We're getting nearly enough. Oh, he's going for a crepost over here. Nice. So he's going for that late game map control. Peru is up to the Imperial Age though. That could be a tough one. I think John needs to hope to clear out as many of these cavalry archers as possible. These knights are running up here. Maybe thought there might be some eco up here, but sadly nothing to be found just yet. Oh, I hope these villagers don't get caught out here. Where's that stone been spent? Did John sell it? We've got one crepost coming up here. That looks ugly. Oh, that was Peru's stone. I'm being silly. Okay. So Peru's gone for a castle. Nice castle, especially with the early imp timing. Will be very strong to push from there. John needs to sell a little bit of wood, and he shouldn't be too far behind though in the imp timing. So definitely go either way. And he does still have the military lead. And full upgrades on those units except for the armor on the skirms. Here we go. Are we going to see Imperial Age click? I don't know if he has the buildings. Does a crepost count as a building? Maybe one building. Oh no, yeah, he's up now. He's up. So it's all good. Oh, we have a monastery as well anyway, so yeah, great stuff. No relics brought in just yet. Got a scorpion. Yeah, this villager count though, this is potentially going to be a problem because that's like a 25 Vil lead. And he'll be able to afford all those upgrades on his cavalry archers and silk armor, etc. Yeah. Yeah, these knights going for that counter raid again, but again, a lot of them are weak, and I don't think they're going to find too much damage there. It's going to take a long time to break through. And with that imp timing from Peru, these trebs coming out, maybe we'll see the unique tech and get the flaming camels with the longer range trebs, but that might be too much to ask for. Yeah, this is a tough one for John now. Once Bracer comes in, these cavalry archers will definitely deal with Castle Age skirmishers, no problem. Bulgarians do actually miss the final armor on those skirms as well, so... Ooh, mangonel shot. Nice. Ooh, another one. Okay, the treb will stay up though, sadly. Yeah, Bracer makes it really hard for mangonels to achieve anything, right? Oh, it's a tough one. Oh, the knights do make it in though, so we'll see if we can get a little raid here. They will need +3 though, otherwise they will die to TCs. A lot of knights in the queue. I think we need to unqueue some of these and get some upgrades. But yeah, might find some damage. Oh, if you can get up to this wood line, that would be amazing. Are you gonna find it? He doesn't see it. Doesn't know it's there. Close one. Would have been amazing. But yeah, doesn't quite know it's there. And yeah, this is looking like a strong position for Peru to push from. John is very much still in this game though. This game is not over. Going for the Cavalier. Nice. I think we need to see how many stables do we have. 4 stables. Okay, yeah, he's adding some more, so we need to see, I think, at least 6 stables. No ballistics on those skirmishers, unfortunately, and just the first armor. So yeah, I think they will die to the cavalry archers. But if we can mass up enough cavalier, maybe, just maybe, we can take a good fight here. It looks pretty tough at this point. At least Peru... Oh no, Peru does know about this gold. So that will be the next target. John doesn't really have a whole lot of other gold. Taking it out here, so that's good. Yeah. Let's send a raid over. And he did get Bracer, which is a great move. Makes those Crepos that much stronger. How many Cavalier do we have? We have 10 Cavalier. Let's see if they can take a good fight here. Possible. Got 12 more in the queue. If we can just mass up like 20 Cavalier, we can just hold for a little bit longer. Maybe we can take a good fight. Okay. Oh. Some of them being thrown away, unfortunately. Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? You just have to micro all these things. Just want a sort of blue dot there, but it's nothing. We're going for a castle on this hill. Yeah, I like that. I think it protects from raids up here, potentially. Well, I don't think John knows about that, and honestly, he just needs to deal with this army. What he thinks about that, and yeah. +3 coming in now. Yeah, I think without the +3, it's really tough to take the fights against the CA. And the hustle raid's coming in now from Peru. Good job from him with that. The Crepos is there though, so it will deal with a lot of those things. Yeah, the score is looking quite strong in favour of Peru at this point. And I know how it feels when you had the lead and then you lose 2 games straight, or you're losing your second game, and it's a rough feeling. You can feel it slipping away, but yeah, Peru has just played the Tatars really, really nicely this game. He's not lost his CA, to unnecessarily, and now he's got the heavy CA. I'm not sure if he's got silk armor. And GG, well played. There it is. Wow, great set, and with oh no, It was Peru taking it. Peru taking it 3-2 in the end, but very close set. Really, really well played, John. And Peru, really good stuff. Especially John, given that I now know your elo is significantly, like, well, not, it's close, but it's definitely a little lower than Peru's. So you were the underdog coming in, so definitely gave him a really good fight. I played against Peru, and he's a really strong opponent. So I really struggled against him. So yeah, great job, really well played, and yeah, enjoyed casting that one. It was a long set for sure. I think next time I need to like schedule myself in to have like coffees so I can keep my energy levels up while I'm casting. But yeah, nuts. I can't. Those freaking relic carts at the beginning. I don't know if any of them survived. I think Purple still had one up here somewhere. But yeah, let's just look at the statistics. We've got yeah, quite a big lead in almost every aspect for Peru that game. More resources collected. That was just the extra vills, I think. And yeah, nice job. Nice job. And yeah, I just think it was just some of the timings with the Bulgarians. Yeah, mate. Yeah, he's really good. And yeah, you took him. And you're welcome. Yeah, no, I thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I know, like, I've got some stuff to work on in my casting. It's only the second set I've casted, I believe. But yeah, enjoyed that. Great set. Really, really good stuff. Nice to see you guys play, because yeah, it was my first time playing like HyperRandom in this tournament, so I wasn't expecting to get to the semi-finals. Like, so it's nice to see you guys playing some really interesting strategies as well. Yeah, GG, well played, and yeah, look forward to seeing some more action. I'm sure we'll have another tournament at some point, and I'll be following. Yeah.